Shalom, 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 Yasha. This your boy, Brother Samuel, back at you with another quick edifying video. Right, today's lesson is going to be trust not in oppression. Right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Right, that's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi. Right, in the Holy Spirit, which is the Qadash, right? Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from Tahar on down, who have ruled well to the Spirit, and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth, right? So let's get into it. Like I said, today's topic is going to be called Trust Not in Oppression, right? And you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, you have cleaved, to the oppression that you were in. Our people, they're comfortable in this oppression, and it's because of the Stockholm syndrome that you have, that you are so comfortable in this condition in your lowest state that now it's just like it. And you know what it reminds me of. Back in the book of Exodus, right? When you read the book of Exodus, when Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, used Moses to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt, right? And as soon as they got out, they were complaining, they were murmuring, and they was just like, man, we rather, just paraphrasing, they was just like, we rather be back in our bondage where we have food, we have this, we have that. Our people get comfortable, right? And that reminds me of what's that? Jeremiah, right? Let's get this, right? The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, and verse number 14. It says, "Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?" Right? It's like a rhetorical question, man. Are you, because we have constantly disobeyed Yahawashi, right? It's to the fact that, hey, is that who we are, right, as a people, right? And now it's to the point now that a lot of our people believe that, because we're at the bottom, because of these curses, our people really feel like, hey, we're nothing, we are servants, we are, homeborn slaves, right? And that's all because our people, trusteth in oppression. Okay. Let's get this. Let's go to the book of Lamentations. Lamentations chapter 4, verse number 17, right? It says, "As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us." Right? And that's what our people are looking to. Our people are looking to America to save them. Our people are looking, our people are in such an oppressed state that what do? Our people are looking for equality here, right? And a place where you've been here for hundreds of years and you still haven't got equality, yet you still try to march and fight and vote to be equal, to be equal with who are the nations who actually are your servants, right? But because we are in such a we are so deep in our oppression, that now we are looking to the servants for help, right? You so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the chosen people, right? You are the kings and priests of this earth, right? But here you are looking to Babylon, right, or Sodom in Egypt, right, or America. You're looking for them for your, for help, for guidance. You're looking at them as for your power, right? And that's the mentality that our people have, and the scriptures tell you, trust not in oppression, right? But that's what our people do, right? It says, let's get that, right? Let's go to the book of Psalm 62 and verse number 10. It says, trust not in oppression. It says, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them, right? And our people, we all are in such a low condition, right? So then when one person, comes up and gets something, do you really think you're doing it? But you're still in captivity, right? Our people are still in captivity, according to Baruch 3 and 8, Let's get that real quick. Let's see. Baruch chapter 3 and verse number 8, it says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahawashi our power. Right? So we are yet this day in our captivity. Right? And right now we are looking for a nation who cannot save us. It's the same nation who put us into captivity. And we're looking for them to save us. That's just like, having, your kidnapper to save you. How is your kidnapper going to save you? Your kidnapper is going to keep you, amongst him, So, but that's the mentality that our people have. And that's, this oppression and what we went through, we have built this tolerance, because Jake is just, we're a real chill people, right? And I think people take that, especially these other nations, they take advantage of that because they know that we chill, and they know that we do have, a kind heart, all together, right? But they take advantage of that, right? And we're looking for, our people are running around looking for that true love, that true understanding, and they don't understand, that comes through Yahawashi, right? So our people wander off, right? That's why the scriptures call us, sheep. We're like lost sheep because we're wandering from one place to another place, right? We wander into Christianity, we wander into Islam, right? We wander into Buddhism and everything else, right? We're trying to find that love, and we can't, our people can't seem to find it. So now we trust it in oppression, and we try to find it from the same people who oppress us, and we try to find love through that, right? Not understanding that our true love and our power comes from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? Let's get this. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, right? Isaiah chapter 30 and verse number 12. It says, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay therein, right? And because that's what our people do. Our people they put their trust in oppression. They put their trust in oppression, and because we've done that, and we got so comfortable into it, it's been beaten into us, it's been just formed from the womb, of our oppressors. It's just been constantly drilled into us, right? That's why, what is that? In Deuteronomy 28 and let's see, 28 and 28 and 48, right? It says, therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in the want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Right? Our people are destroyed. Our people are destroyed. And now who do we look for? Instead of looking for Yahawashi, our power, who will feed us, clothe us, and give us those things, those daily things that we need. Our people put their trust in their enemy. You know, well, I'm gonna go. Give me some assistance from the enemy instead of putting your trust and your faith in Yahawashi, right? And it says, he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee, right? And our people are destroyed. Our people now have been destroyed, and now they could take the chains off because they know we're not going nowhere, right? Because our people are truly destroyed, right? And these is classics, right? I'm gonna go to Hosea chapter 4 and verse number 6. It says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of the Most High. I will also forget thy children." So it's just generation after generation. Our people continue to trust, in oppression, And I'll give you an example. I used to work at a grocery store, and it was a little, I believe it was a Judite little young girl, and she came in the store, and she had a dollar bill in her hand, and she was so happy, and she's like, "Yeah, I got $1. I'm gonna buy some candy with my dollar," and da 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 da. Right? And her mom looked at her, and in the most Eve way, right, told her daughter, "Put your money away. Don't you know we got food stamps? We ain't gonna spend our money. We gonna, And it was just like, to crush the little girl spirit. You know what I mean? Crush the little girl spirit. She had her little money and she wanted to do something, and it was just like boom. The oppression has set in. And it's passed through generation to generation. It says, "I will also forget thy children." And that's just an example. But our people, continually trust in their oppressor to save them and to get them out of things, instead of putting their trust and their faith in Yahawah Shem Shai, right? And the scriptures clearly tell you, right? You go to the book of Proverbs, right? Chapter 3, verse number 31. And it says, "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." Right? Because once you start choosing the ways of your oppressor, right, then you get comfortable with your oppressor. Right? Then you let things slide, and next thing you know, hey, you still caught up, where you was, trying to get out and trying to do things, and here you are, still in there, you know? You get comfortable, and then you don't want to leave, right? And you there's so many examples of that, like even when you think about with Harriet Tubman, trying to free the slaves, right? And then a lot of them, they didn't want to be free, right? Just like in Egypt, no, I'd rather be here with my master, and he give me food and this and it's that whole oppression mentality that they're so comfortable and used to it, and that's the mentality of our people, you know. But yeah, so it says, "Envy thou not thy oppressor, and choose none of his ways." Right? We shouldn't be choosing the ways. Right? Each when you do that, when you mimic that, man, you're giving that okay, and all of a sudden, then here you are. You're still under, the wings of oppression. Okay. um, let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Salak. No, you know what? Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, and we're going to go to 7 and verse number 7, right? And it reads, it says, "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart," right? And our enemies know that. Our enemies know that a gift destroyeth the heart, That's why they was giving the stimulus, right? They were giving you these different things, right? And what do you think they're going to do when they try to implement this MOTB? They're going to try to give you gifts, right? We was just talking about that. They're going to try to give you, a monthly allowance, for taking this C hip, right, in your right hand, right, in your hand and in your forehead, right, for taking it. They're gonna try to reward. They're gonna try to gift you, you know, but not understanding that, when you're doing that, hey, you're gonna be locked into their oppression. You have basically chosen who your master is, you know, and you didn't choose Yahawashi, right? And the scriptures tell you that, you're gonna be destroyed for that, you know. But it says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart, you know. So you wise brothers, you understand, why you were so angry all the time and you didn't know why, because of your oppressed state, me and the Akim, man, we talk about it all the time, especially when you got to go to that plantation, man, you got to, deal with, Tom, Dick, and Harry, man, right? And they just, it's the constant state of oppression around you, like the walls is closing in, from all the wickedness, right? So it says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart, right? And guess what? They know how to give gifts to Jake and Eve to keep them cool and calm, and they've mastered it to the point, when something happens, they shoot somebody, the cops or whatever, and how do they appease it? How do they appease the people? Right? They give them a gift. They try to entertain them and distract them and get them away from what they're angry about. Ultimately, and they don't understand that they're still in captivity. Like according to Baruch 3:8. Okay. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 4:1. It says, so I returned and considered all the oppression that are done under the sun, and behold the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors there was power, but they had no comforter. Right? And our people, you know, are looking for, Jesus, some so-called white man, with doggy string hair to come save them from their oppressors who look just like, Caesar Borgia, right? Not understanding. You're looking for a nation that cannot save you. Our people continue, right? And they're oppressed and they don't know why. Right? Our people continue to, to go around, it's the definition of insanity, trying to do the same thing and expecting different results. And that's how our people are just caught in a loop, a time loop of just over and over of oppression. And they just continue to go at it, But we got to understand, we got to snap out of it, right? And now is the time, You got folks out here trying to teach you, to break those ways, to break those bad habits, of being, of trusting in oppression, right? Let's go to the book of Galatians chapter 5:1. It says, stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Hamashiach have made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage, right? Yahawashi, the Hamashiach, he is that key to unlock the chains, those spiritual chains, those, the chains of oppression, the chains that have destroyed you, with the yokes of iron, right? He's that person, and especially, those who have this understanding, right? You don't want to go back and get entangled, through the gift that destroys the heart, right? And a lot of our people got comfortable, they get comfortable with the things of this world, and they put themselves right back into the same position because our people are so used to it, right? So it says, stand fast, therefore, in the liberty there wherewith Hamashiach had made us free, right? And be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Right? Don't get yourself caught back in, because, like I said, a gift destroys the heart. And how does a gift destroy the heart? Right? Because it tries to distract you from, you being oppressed, you being, asking, who am I in this world? What's going on? They try to distract you. Oh man, they got the latest new movie out, all these different things, that they try to use, and they're gonna throw the kitchen sink, right? They're gonna do all these different things. Why? Let's get this. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse number 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." Right? So the devil knows, and he's trying to keep you down and sleep and in slumber, to keep you in that oppression state, and he's done a good job, because a lot of our people, have stayed in that sunken place, and that's ultimately, of Yahawashi, right? When you read the book of Isaiah, and he talks about, I'm going to give them eyes that they cannot see and ears that they cannot hear, and that's ultimately, the spirit that he's put on, a lot of our people, and that's why the scriptures say that, here in Babylon, 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed, right? Because they're going to continue to trust in their oppressor, and they're going to get in line, and they're going to take the MOTB, right, in their hand and in their forehead, right, and they're going to continue to try to trust in, in man, and the scriptures tell you about that, right? Let's get that, right. The book of Psalm. Book of Psalm, chapter 118 and verse number 8. And it reads, it said, "It is better to trust in Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, than to put confidence in man." Right? It says it is better to trust in Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, than to put confidence in princes. Right? Our people they'll try to put their trust in anything but Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. And they'll try to trust anything besides Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. Right? Our people, they're so caught up in, the oppression and the oppression state, and they're so comfortable with it. Even when you think about, folks in prison, they get comfortable in that state of just constant chaos and things, that when they get out, guess what? A lot of times they do something to get themselves right back in, so they can get comfortable back into that mentality, right? And that's how, destroyed of a people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites, and it's time to wake up, man. It's time to wake up, because this gospel is for you, right? This gospel is for our people, right? Let's get this, and we're gonna close it out. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 4, and verse number 18. And it reads, it says, "The Spirit of Yahawashi is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor." Right? You are the poor, and, you are the oppressed, right? The nation undesired, right? It says, "He have sent me to heal the brokenhearted," right? You are the brokenhearted, right? Constantly being oppressed, right? Yahawashi said in Isaiah, "I looked, and behold, there was no one, that would save him." So he came, he's like, I come, and I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to come get my people, right? And that's why, in Matthew 1:21, right, it said that he shall save his people, from their sins, right? Yahawashi came for the Israelites. He came for you. This gospel is for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, or the Israelites. That is for you guys, right? It says, "The Spirit of Yahawashi is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He have sent me to heal the brokenhearted." to preach deliverance to the captives, right? You are the captives, and recovering of the sight to the blind, right? Like people are spiritually blind and stay in oppression. It says, and the recovering of the sight to the blind, and set liberty them that are bruised, right? And to preach the acceptable year of Yahawashi. Ultimately, that's what the coming of Yahawashi is, right? To free you from this bondage, you know, to free you from this bondage. But some of our people are so bugged out in our oppression that they're gonna have to die on this side and be reborn in the kingdom, so they can be reborn in their right mind, their right, when they come into the kingdom, they're gonna have a right mind. But our people right now, they're so oppressed and beat down that they this is what they choose. They choose this life of oppression and misery, you know, and they're comfortable with it. So, we gotta get out of that state, and we gotta put our trust in Yahweh Shem Shai, you know. That's what Psalms chapter 118 and 8, right? It's better to trust in Yahweh Shem Shai than to put confidence in men, right? Men is not gonna save you, right? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is gonna save you out of these conditions, right? So, Lord's will, I hope this was edifying, right? I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say Halal Yahawah, Bahasham Mashiach Yahawashi, Bahasham Rawchaa Qadash. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect, man. Stay strong, stay faithful. Keep praying for one another, man. Right? Stay diligent, and trust not in your oppression. Okay? And with that, shalom.